best sellers on the Katie's Garden website at the minute is the spring cheer packs. We thought everyone needs cheering up at this time of year, and this year in particular, so what better way than some bright, cheerful flowers. So they're great value, and I think that's why they've been so popular. For just £25, you're getting £40 worth of plants and delivered to your door, as long as you live in our delivery area. So if you've been wondering what you get for your money, we're having 4 packs. One is the spring bulbs, one is the spring bedding, one's allium bulbs, and then we've got the spring cheer, which is a bit of a mix of everything. So the lovely thing with the spring flowers is a lot of them are fragrant, and a lot of them are bee friendly as well, so really good for the early pollinators. So things you're going to get, we've got the Primroses, which is the lower growing one, Polyanthus, which is when they grow up on the stalks, as we've got here. This is a very popular one, the snapdragon, very pretty. Primlets, a bit unusual, they've got a double flower on them. And one of the classics, the Wallflowers. I've also got Bellis. So in the bulbs, they're pretty much all dwarf varieties. Things like the daffodils, the tulips. Got some nice hyacinths, which you could have outdoors or inside the house. You can enjoy the fragrance. And they can all go into your borders, so you can weave them around. You can just use it. It's amazing, just having a little bit of colour at this time of year. It really lifts the whole garden. I mean, especially nice if you've got them in the front garden, so every time you go out, you come back, cheers you up, brightens up the neighbourhood as well. But they can also go in pots. So to give you an idea of how your plants can go, we've managed here to fill 5 pots with the selection. So I always think the spring bedding, it's nice to be nice and colourful, but I couldn't help myself. I was drawn to doing colour schemes, just from picking out what I had picked out for me. So we've got here, so the nice pinky reddy one here. These are very nice ballerinas. It's almost like a rose flower. Now all the plants that come in the pack, they can cope with the snow, they can cope with the frost, that's not going to kill them off. You might find you have to nip off a few flowers. But that's why you're getting them, because, you know, all the summer bedding plants, people are desperate to have things like petunias and stuff, but you're going to have to wait till beginning of May when we're free of frost. So that's quite a while yet. So these are going to give you a bit of colour. So when I'm doing the pots, play around, just fill them halfway, and that way you can play around and you can kind of decide what's going to work well with what. So with all of these, I've done a mix of the bulbs and the bedding plants as well. So none of the bulbs are out just yet, but they are going to look lovely. They're going to combine well, because we're having flowers from now until May time. If you've got bigger tubs, what I've done here, because they don't need a huge amount of root space, and it's a bit of waste of money to fill it all with compost, and it might get waterlogged. So polystyrene's a nice neutral bit to put in it. And then top that up with compost. And this one, gone with a nice hot colours combination. So this lovely snapdragon. Got a nice dwarf Narcissus there. These will often keep on flowering in the summertime, actually, the Bellis. So they're really good value to have. And picking up on the colours, the tulips got the yellow and red as well. So this is just going to look better and better. And then you just fill all that in with your compost, and there you go, you've got a lovely display.